We've already bid farewell to screen legends, music icons, and more in 2018. Join us as we take a look at these artists' early works, reflect on their history-making performances, and discuss the circumstances surrounding their deaths. Here are the stars we sadly said goodbye to this year. Storm Chaser star Joel Taylor died January 23rd while aboard a cruise ship. According to a report by TMZ, he was 38 years old. Sources told TMZ that Taylor may have passed away from a drug overdose. A fellow passenger on the ship claimed Taylor passed out on the dance floor during the cruise after using the drug GHB, and that he was taken to his room by two other guests. He was found dead the following day. Rapper Fredo Santana died on January 19th at just 27 years old. The Chicago-based MC, a cousin of rapper Chief Keef, passed away as the result of a fatal seizure. Santana, born Derek Coleman, had been hospitalized several times in the months leading up to his death, including a hospitalization for liver and kidney failure in October 2017. Once released from the hospital, Santana reportedly went right back into the studio to keep making more music, though Rolling Stone reported that he considered going to rehab as well. The rapper was open about his recreational use of substances, such as codeine and promethazine, which may have caused his fatal seizure. Before his death, he had recently become a father. At the time of his death, his son was only 8 months old. Actor and musician Mickey Jones died on February 7, 2018, following a long period of unspecified illness. He was 76 years old. Jones's career as a character actor began in 1971 in the television comedy Rollin' on the River, which led to a slew of small roles in films and TV. His extensive resume includes the movie Total Recall and multiple TV series that included Hot Rod, Justified, and Home Improvement. In addition to his acting career, Jones was also a prolific drummer, working with musicians such as Trini Lopez, Johnny Rivers, Bob Dylan, and Kenny Rogers. Pawn Stars cast member Richard Oldman Harrison passed away on June 25th at age 77, reportedly after a battle with Parkinson's disease. Rick Harrison, his son, said Richard was surrounded by loved ones when he passed away. Richard became a fan favorite as the family patriarch on the popular History Channel series, which debuted in 2009. He originally opened the Las Vegas pawn shop at the center of the show with his son in the 1980s. Prior to opening the business, he served in the Navy and often spoke fondly about his years of service on the show. After his father's passing, Rick said in a statement, "He was my hero and I was fortunate to get a very cool old man as my dad." Rapper Mac Miller died on September 7th at the age of 26, passing away as a result of a fatal drug overdose. Miller, also known as Malcolm McCormick, had been open about his struggles with substance abuse, which also caused him legal trouble. In May 2018, he crashed his car while allegedly driving intoxicated. He was later charged with 2 counts of DUI. In an August 2018 interview with Rolling Stone, Miller denied being addicted to drugs, saying, "Have I done drugs? Yeah, but am I a drug addict? No." After his death, Miller's family released a statement that said, in part, he was a bright light in this world for his family, friends, and fans. Actor Burt Reynolds died on September 6th at 82 years old, reportedly from a heart attack. After starting out his career in Western TV series, Reynolds had a breakout role in 1972's Deliverance. The same year, he was a centerfold in Playgirl magazine. He scored another cinematic hit with 1974's The Longest Yard, but it was 1977's Smokey and the Bandit that catapulted him to fame and sealed the charismatic actor's fate as a household name. Reynolds' career was marked by big hits and equally big misses, with his stormy personal life occasionally having a negative effect on his box office numbers. But despite a mid-career professional slump, he was nominated for an Oscar in 1998 for his role in Boogie Nights. Though the actor is now gone, his mustache and bravado will endure on screen forever. Aretha Franklin died on August 16th at the age of 76, passing away after a fight with pancreatic cancer. Franklin was a musical legend, often referred to as the Queen of Soul, who was honored by Rolling Stone as the greatest singer of all time. She had 18 Grammys to her name, and was the first woman to be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Her life and work also had an impact on the civil rights movement, with her recordings of the songs Think and Respect becoming unofficial anthems for equality. Franklin even performed at Martin Luther King Jr.'s memorial service following his assassination. Canadian character actor Donnelly Rhodes passed away at 80 years old on January 8th. The cause of death was cancer. Rhodes became an actor after serving as an airman and mechanic in the Royal Canadian Air Force. His most famous roles were dopey escaped convict Dutch in Soap and Dr. Caudle in the original Battlestar Galactica. A prolific performer, Rhodes appeared on dozens of TV shows over the course of his career, from Mr. Ed to DC's Legends of Tomorrow. In the end, his prolific career in show business spanned more than 50 years. Singer Denise LaSalle, whose hits included Trapped by a Thing Called Love, Down Home Blues, and Now Run and Tell That, passed away on January 8th at 78 years old. Born Ora Denise Allen in Sidon, Mississippi, she moved to Chicago as a teenager to pursue a career in R&B. She later transitioned to the blues genre and founded the National Association for the Preservation of the Blues in 1986. She was inducted into the Blues Hall of Fame in Memphis, Tennessee in 2011. Motorhead guitarist and founding band member Fast Eddie Clarke died on January 10th at age 67. According to a statement from the band, he passed away peacefully while he was being treated for pneumonia. Former Motorhead drummer Mickey D, who is currently a member of the Scorpions, shared his shock and condolences at the news, calling Clarke the last of the three amigos. Prior to Clarke's death, his fellow founding members Ian Lemmy Kilmister and Phil Filthy Animal Taylor both passed away in 2015. In his statement, D added, "Now Lem and Filthy can jam with Eddie again, and if you listen carefully, I'm sure you'll hear them, so watch out." Comedian Bob Smith died on January 20th after a battle with ALS. He was 59 years old. Smith was the first openly gay comedian to appear on The Tonight Show, and was also the first openly gay comic to perform an HBO half-hour special. In addition to performing stand-up comedy, Smith was also an acclaimed writer, penning several novels. He wrote 3 acclaimed essay collections, including Lambda Book Award winner Openly Bob in 1997 and a follow-up Way to Go in 1999. His final book of essays, Treehab: Tales from My Natural Wildlife, was published in 2016 during his battle with ALS. Due to complications from the disease, he had to pen the entire collection with just one hand, using an iPad. Connie Sawyer died at 105 years old on January 22nd. At the time of her death, she was Hollywood's oldest working actress. Her entertainment career began in vaudeville when she was only 8 years old, and continued on for decades after that. She acted in both movies and television, with her more notable recent roles including the movies When Harry Met Sally, Dumb and Dumber, and Pineapple Express. Jim Rodford died on January 20th at the age of 76. A lifelong musician, Rodford was a founding member of the band Argent, and a bass guitarist for the Kinks and the Zombies. Rodford's cousin and longtime bandmate Rod Argent announced the musician's death on the Zombies' Facebook page. Memorializing his cousin, Argent wrote, "To the end, Jim's life was dedicated to music. He will be unbelievably missed." Dennis Edwards passed away on February 1st at the age of 74 due to complications from meningitis. He was a lead singer of The Temptations, having replaced the original lead singer David Ruffin in 1968. Edwards brought his signature gospel style to some of the group's most memorable late-career hits, including Just My Imagination, Cloud 9, and Papa Was a Rolling Stone. He split from the group in 1977, but rejoined a decade later. In 1989, he was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as a member of the band. K-pop star Seo Minwoo of boy band 100% died on March 25th at just 33 years old. The singer was reportedly found unresponsive in his home and pronounced dead by first responders. The suspected cause of death is cardiac arrest. Minwoo was the lead singer of the group, which originated in 2012. He took a sabbatical from performing in 2014 to perform his government-required military service, but then returned to the group upon completing his obligations. Minwoo also dabbled in acting, pursuing roles on stage, in movies, and on TV. Actor John Gavin died on February 9th at 86 years old. Born in 1931, he served in the Navy in the Korean War, afterward giving in to a family friend who urged him to pursue acting. His most famous roles were Sam Loomis in Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho and Julius Caesar in Spartacus. At one point, he was almost cast as James Bond and even signed a contract for Diamonds Are Forever, until producers rehired Sean Connery instead. As his film career plateaued, he transitioned to television roles, and he didn't necessarily think highly of some of the work. As he later recalled, some of those early roles were unactable. Even Laurence Olivier couldn't have done anything with them. Musician XXXTentacion was shot and killed on June 18th, reportedly as the victim of a robbery. Born José Duane Onfroy, the rapper was just 20 years old when he was attacked outside of a Florida motorcycle dealership. Despite the rapper's success in the music industry, he was notorious for harrowing domestic violence accusations made against him by an ex-girlfriend, who alleged that he kidnapped and attacked her numerous times. Rapper Craig Mack died on March 12th at 46 years old, reportedly of heart failure. The New York native was born in the Bronx and raised on Long Island, where he began rapping as a teenager, initially performing under the name MC Easy. After touring with fellow hip-hop group EPMD, he became one of the first artists signed to Sean Diddy Combs' Bad Boy Records. He was nominated for a Grammy for his signature track, 1994's Flava in Ya Ear. Stage actor Sammy Williams passed away on March 17th at 69 years old. According to a family spokesperson, Williams had been battling cancer prior to his death. Williams won a Tony Award for Best Featured Actor in a Musical in 1976 in the original Broadway production of A Chorus Line. Remarkably, he gave the acclaimed performance as his first speaking role on stage. He also had parts in TV and movies, including the horror film God Told Me To. He later became a choreographer, actor, and director in Los Angeles. Marvel Comics legendary writer, editor, and creator Stan Lee died November 12, 2018 at age 95. Born Stanley Martin Lieber, Lee's comics career began when he was just 16 years old and serving as an assistant at the New York offices of Timely Comics, which would later become Marvel. Lee went on to help create iconic characters such as Spider-Man, Iron Man, The Incredible Hulk, Thor, Black Panther, and many others. Lee took over as publisher and editorial director in 1972. In the 1980s, his role transitioned to brand ambassador, as Marvel Comics expanded into motion pictures, and he'd go on to make cameo appearances in countless Marvel movies, TV shows, and video games.